Hi, Jeff.
Hi, John. How are you?
Great, great. How you doing? Good to see you again.
It's always great to be at the ISB.
Yes. We talked, it's got to be about 1.5 years ago when we did the first interview of you for BassPlayersOnly.com. And being as busy a guy as you are and as in demand as you are, I know you've got to have lots of stuff cooking. So tell us what you've been up to and what's happening. What's keeping you busy?
Well, what's keeping me busy right now is I've got a 13-country tour coming up, which is actually the longest trip I've ever done, both teaching and playing. I do some summer workshops on a regular basis in the U.S., Germany, Hong Kong, and then I'm continuing on to other places, exploring some new parts of the world and sharing bass with anybody who will listen. And so that's got me going right now. What I've been doing is one of the new aspects of the Bradetich Foundation, which I started about 5 years ago, is we have an international competition, and now we've started some internet radio broadcasts as a part of bassonthebroadband.com, and it's called Classical Bass Showcase, and it's the 3-hour show weekly on Sundays in the morning, 9 to 12 New York time, where we feature the best classical players in the world on the Bass on the Broadband internet radio. And so if you go to that website, you can hear any form of bass played at any time during 24/7 really. And then on Sundays we feature the classical bass, and I think when people hear the bass, regardless of the style, and as long as it's played by a great artist, a good artist, I think people fall in love with the sound, with the expression. It's more than some of the other instruments can do. We just have to keep sharing it with everybody.
Well, that's great. Bass on the Broadband is great. Brian Bromberg, it's a wonderful thing that he did to share great bass stuff with so many people all over the world.
Absolutely.
Boy, tell me a little bit more about this trip. That is very intriguing. Your passport up to date, by the way?
Yes, I still need a China visa, but I started my summer master classes. Actually, this is the 26th year, and it started small and it's grown because the interest in learning by the younger generation has grown. There's more students, they're all at a higher level, they're wanting to learn more. So that continues in Texas, and then I started one 20 years ago in Seattle, which is on the 20th anniversary this year. I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool to do one on every continent? So went to Germany. This is the 8th annual. Hong Kong's the 5th annual. And I make trips to South America. I don't have an annual event there yet, but it's great. It's usually a week long, very intensive study, but we have a good time and we work hard.
That is incredible. And are the people getting younger that show up there, or are
Yes.
they?
Well, they are. I mean, really, with my summer master classes, I've had 2 13-year-olds come, and that's kind of the age where I say, well, maybe you need to be in the intermediate group, you're a little young. They say, no, this kid's really talented. So I had him come. The first one that came is now in the Concertgebouw Orchestra in Amsterdam, the top orchestra rated in the world, and the next one is now going on to college, and she's a wunderkind. And another 13-year-old this year calls and says, I say, well, maybe. And they said, well, he's been playing this and this and this and this for 5 years, all this major repertoire. So it's happening at a much younger age.
I hope they get a chance to be kids too at
Yes,
that age.
Sometimes too much competition or too much, they don't have that chance to grow up. But the nice thing about the bass community, you come to the Young Bassist program here at ISB, and these young bass players are realizing there's a community of other bass players that are in the same boat as they are, and it's a wonderful way for them to have that sense of support and camaraderie.
It is wonderful. I hope they still get a chance to ride bikes and play ball and things like that.
Absolutely.
Be kids.
Yep.
And watch cartoons.
That's...
So you've done so much, and some of those milestones and anniversaries are pretty hard to believe. Yet you still look pretty young, and you still look like you have a lot of energy. So you must have something else that you like to do that you haven't already accomplished.
Well, this year I was on a leave from the university for a semester and did
University of
North Texas, where I teach, and
formerly known as North Texas
State.
Yeah,
and
I still think of it as that.
Really developed its jazz reputation, and then changed about 25-30 years ago, and actually it's one of the most comprehensive schools in the country. It's the largest music school and has every imaginable ensemble. I think we have like 43 different ensembles.
Anything good happening?
And but anyway, so I was on leave. I did some recordings, some new YouTube things, and some new publications, and just doing what I like to do and what I hope will help.
Well, that's great. Well, keep doing what you're doing because we all enjoy it, and we look forward to lots more good things from you, Jeff Bradetich.
If anybody uses your example, they will have a hard one to follow.
Well, very kind of you, Jeff Bradetich. Thank you very much for BassPlayersOnly.com.